Hello everybody out there watching on YouTube, and welcome to the third race of Season 7 of the NNSCRA Marvel Studios Cup Series. I'm Levi McIntyre, the voice of the NNSCRA Marvel Studios Cup Series, here to welcome you to the NAPA Auto Parts 400 here at Oswego Speedway, our only dirt race we are doing this season, and this is going to be an interesting one considering Oswego tends to be the shortest race we have on the schedule, but one of the most interesting races on the schedule, too. And before we go much further, I do want to apologize. I forgot to film the burnout for Zachary Fitzwater at North Wilkesboro this past week, so I'd like to apologize for that. We're going to make up for it with having a burnout for whoever wins this race. Now, as you see on your screen, is a recap of the point standings after North Wilkesboro last week, as Zachary Fitzwater, who won at North Wilkesboro, jumped way up in the points and took the points lead over, and leads by only 2 points over Rob Evans. Now you see the starting lineup for the race on your screen, all 40 drivers, where they are starting in this special race, with Cole Deaver on the pole for tonight, so pole award for Cole Deaver, and he will be in the Bud Shootout next season if he wants to return in Season 8. But with that being said, let's get the command to fire engines for the NAPA Auto Parts 400 at Oswego.
Drivers, start your engines.
All 40 drivers rolling around the track real quick for a quick pace lap. Now, Oswego, we've seen some great racing at this track in the past. We shall see what we get out of this track here in Season 7. Especially because this is going to be the one and only trip we are making to this track and the only dirt race on the schedule. Pace car pulling into pit road, so ladies and gentlemen, boogity, 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 let's go dirt racing. Well, Matt McIntyre right off the gate gained a couple of spots to get to the front of the field already. Matt McIntyre trying to look for the first win he has had in this series in quite some time. It's been a little while since Matt McIntyre has gone to victory lane in the Marvel Studios Cup Series, and right now starting to pull away with the race lead as there's a battle going on for second between quite a few cars. Jay Jefferson had the spot, but now Jake Rogers is trying to take that spot. Now, Jake Rogers is an example of a driver who desperately needs to get some good runs going. He comes into the race tied for 38th in points with no points. He has finished bottom 5 in the first 2 races so far in Season 7, so he's not gone off to a great start, but he's having a great run going here at the start of this race, but the caution is out here at Oswego, and it looks like an incident between Johnny Gardner, James Shelley, and Ryan Acosta. Looks like Alyssa Drayson also got some damage, so multi-car accident bringing out the caution for the first time here at Oswego, and Matt McIntyre has the race lead. Nobody's coming to pit road, so let's go ahead and take a look at what brought the caution out for the first time tonight here at Oswego. Well, here's a look at what happened. It's going to start with the 26 of Julia Katrine and the 22 of Benjamin Miles. And it just looks like Julia Katrine tries to get in front of Benjamin Miles, but just wasn't quite clear. Comes down into James Shelley, and they both hit the, well, Julia barely scrapes the inside wall, but Shelley hit it pretty good. Then comes back up the track into the 10, the 24, and the 90. But watch the 24 and the 90 and the 10. They all go up on 2 wheels into the outside wall, but luckily no engine smoke erupted from those cars, so they will be able to keep going. Charles Sanford nearly gets turned by the 90 as she was trying to get back down low on the racetrack, but little crazy incident to kick things off here at Oswego, but luckily I don't think anybody's going to be out of the race, so let's go ahead and take you to the restart here at Oswego for the NAPA Auto Parts 400. Well, just as I expected, no cars are out of the race. All 40 drivers are still on the racetrack. But a quick run through of the field before we get one to green. Matt McIntyre is your race leader. Second is Jake Rogers. Third is Jessica Shelton. Fourth, Hannah Klein. Fifth, Jay Jefferson. Sixth, Rafael LeDuc. Seventh, Cole Deaver. Eighth, Zachary Fitzwater. Ninth, Cody Lamas. 10th, Seth Cole. 11th is Artur Castanha. 12th is Ricky Carman. 13th, Rob Evans. 14th, James Qualls. 15th, Joshua Sekuli. 16th, Jesse Turner. 17th, Caleb Kilburn. 18th, Jordan Forbes. 19th, Dylan Young. 20th, Raphael Fireblade. 21st, Michael Norman. 22nd, Clint Spillman. 23rd, Melissa Alexander. 24th, Henry Sanford. 25th, Dylan Jacobs. 26th is Jonathan Zorling. 27th, Carson Gum. 28th, Chris Dollarton. 29th, Cole Baker. 30th, Benjamin Miles. Then the rest of the field is Julia Katrine, Joey Parkhill, Zach Rogers, DJ Curtis, Kyle Matthews, Charles Sanford, Alyssa Drayson, Johnny Gardner, James Shelley, and Ryan Acosta. Pace car in the pit road. Back underway, and it's 31 laps to go here at the NAPA Auto Parts 400. Still some time for things to really develop throughout the course of this race, as Matt McIntyre has led every lap so far, and I believe he started third. Already we got a fight going on for second. Jessica Shelton trying to take the position away from Jake Rogers. She beat him at the line right there, but doesn't have him quite cleared yet, but now she should be able to clear him. And she does, but she left the bottom open for Hannah Klein. One of the newcomers in Season 7, all the way out of Germany, racing for Horseman Racing, who I believe is, 37th in points, the last driver in points with points, and she's trying to gain more points. Does the word points still make sense? To move further up in the standings, as she's currently second right now. Looks like she might have something for the 14 of Matt McIntyre, as she closed in quite a good bit on that previous lap. Matt McIntyre, on the other hand, he came into this race 20th in points. Didn't have the best of runs at North Wilkesboro last week and fell 5 spots. But right now, he's been the dominant car so far here on this dirt track. Meanwhile, it looked like we were going to see a battle for third ensue, and it looks like it's about to. As look at the run Jake Rogers is trying to get on the bottom, trying to get around Jessica Shelton to take that position. Back up here at the front, Hannah Klein gained about a half a tenth that last lap. And I was trying to look for the pace car and see if we were under caution, and I guess we're not. I keep seeing things, I swear, but nonetheless, 25 laps to go here at Oswego. Matt McIntyre leads by 4.5 tenths right now over rookie Hannah Klein in the 31. Meanwhile, we got a battle about to ensue for the 4th position. Jake Rogers has it. Jay Jefferson wants it. And what's ironic, the car in front of Jefferson is the car that he ran in Season 6 when Jay Jefferson raced for Kamikaze Racing, now runs for the Kyle Racing Corporation. Pulls up right to the back bumper of the 87 right there. Meanwhile, everyone back from Cody Lamas, they're racing each other really hard, and back here is a cluster of cars racing for spots out, or 4 spots in the top 10. Right now, Ricky Carman has 9th. Michael Norman trying to get that spot for himself. But you got Rob Evans, who came into this race 2nd in points, 2 points out of the points lead, and where Zachary Fitzwater is running currently. running in the 6th position. Yeah, Fitzwater is going to pull away in the point standings if this were to be the case, as Fitzwater is actually trying to go for 2 spots, trying to get up to 4th, as he's underneath of Jake Rogers and also underneath Jay Jefferson. So we got a 3-car dogfight going on for the 4th position, and Cody Lama's in the 48. He's slowly but surely catching up to this little battle up here. And Fitzwater seems like he's got a really good race car here on a dirt track, and plus with it being a short track, and we just ran at a short track at North Wilkesboro this past week, and Fitzwater dominated and won that race. Perhaps he's trying to go 2 in a row, but he's a good ways away from the race leader. Last lap he was about 3 1/4 seconds behind, but they have caught lap traffic. Matt McIntyre has caught lap traffic, and I think it's mostly the cars that were involved in that caution or just doesn't have the best of runs going. Like Charles Sanford, for instance, he's the Daytona 500 winner, is not having a good run here on a dirt track. Meanwhile, Matt McIntyre really had to go up high to try and get around teammate Ryan Acosta to put him a lap down. Hannah Klein also trying to get around lap traffic to try and do her best to get to the back bumper of the 14 of Matt McIntyre. Oh, it looked like Hannah maybe trying to bump the 10 out of the way to try and get some positions. Meanwhile, up ahead of Matt McIntyre, you got a little dogfight going on for the 37th position, it looks like, between DJ Curtis and Julia Katrine. And as that's going on, Matt McIntyre is catching up to those cars, about ready to put more cars a lap down. Hannah Klein, on the other hand, I don't know if she just doesn't have a strong car, or is maybe trying to be patient and let Matt try and work his way through lap traffic and then try and push it forward. I don't know, but now she's got 2, maybe even 3 lap cars now in between herself and the race leader. A little bit of contact right there between Hannah Klein and Julia Katrine, as Hannah Klein's trying to maneuver her way around this lap traffic, as Matt McIntyre is actually getting through this lap traffic relatively well. And this next lap, it'll be 12 laps to go. As like I said, Oswego is the shortest race we have every season on the schedule. Last time by, Hannah Klein actually gained a little bit of time on the 14 of Matt McIntyre, and seems like Hannah's been starting to benefit a little bit from this lap traffic kind of messing with the 14 a little bit. Looks like a little bit of contact between Gardner and Hannah, as Hannah's still trying to get around these cars to catch up to the 14, and actually Hannah lost some time because of that. But Matt McIntyre's got 2 more cars in front of him to deal with, and they are actually racing for position, James Shelley and Dylan Young. So this could help Hannah Klein's chances of catching up to the 14 a little bit. Let's watch and see how this goes. Oh, almost contact between Dylan Young and Matt McIntyre, as Matt McIntyre thought about trying to use the middle to get around those cars. Meanwhile, Hannah Klein cut that lead in more than half, but she's starting to run out of time. She's going to have to really, really push it if she's going to have a chance at winning this race, as Matt McIntyre's just ran a smooth race so far and has led every lap and has clinched the most laps led bonus points. And it'll be a little bit before he catches up to any more lap cars. So Hannah Klein now could have a chance of trying to run faster lap times in hopes of getting to the back bumper of the 14. But let's see, this time by, she actually lost time as a result. Meanwhile, up ahead of Matt McIntyre, it looked like we were about to see a battle for position between Cole Baker and Joey Parkhill, and that would have been for the 30th spot, I believe. Less than 6 laps to go now here in the NAPA Auto Parts 400. Matt McIntyre trying to do his best to maneuver around lap traffic and hold off Hannah Klein, who's been kind of pulling in and out of trying to get to the back bumper of the 14, and she actually is losing time again. Although that time going into turn 1, she really closed it. Oh, contact! Cole Baker about came up in front of Matt McIntyre. That could have been dangerous, but now Hannah Klein is there. She's closing in. She's about a car length behind. It was under 3/10 that last lap, but now that Matt McIntyre's finally cleared Cole Baker, now he's got another bunch of cars to try and put up with. It'll be 3 laps to go at the line. These final laps could be interesting, especially with lap traffic being in play. Hannah Klein really closed in big time in turn 1, coming off of turn 2, as Matt McIntyre's trying to put 2 cars a lap down, and Hannah Klein about a car length behind, and she's running a lower line than the 14, 2 laps to go. But I don't know, it's going to be interesting. Oh, Kyle Matthews about came down in front of the 14. And if these cars were to be able to get up to this big cluster of drivers racing it out, it could really change the complexion of who wins, as the white flag is displayed, and Hannah Klein is diving it low. Can she make the pass? She's there. But you got this cluster of cars, and she actually ended up having to sacrifice her line to get around Charles Sanford, and I think that's going to seal the deal. Checkered flag waving, coast to coast, leading laps. Matt McIntyre wins the NAPA Auto Parts 400 at Oswego. Even though he didn't start on the pole, he led every single lap in this race. Complete and utter domination by the 14 of Matt McIntyre. Great job by that car. Even with a charging Hannah Klein, he still was able to keep it together and get that win. So this is going to really benefit him in the point standings for sure. As we take a look at the rest of the results, Hannah Klein was the highest finishing rookie in the race, finishing second. Just came up short at getting her first win of her career, as is a huge cloud of dirt, a huge dirt cloud of dust all around the track right there on that camera shot. Jessica Sheldon with another solid run for her, finishing in third. I feel like that could close her. That could help her close in on the points lead going into Pensacola next week. Michael Norman, solid performance in fourth. He kind of was floundering between 9th and 12th place all race, and managed to somehow maneuver his way and get up to fourth. And then Zachary Fitzwater follows up that North Wilkesboro win with another top 5 on a short track, finishing in 5th. Jake Rogers finally gets some points as he finishes in the 6th position. His teammate Dylan Jacobs, I think that's his first top 10 finish of the season, I want to say, as he finishes in 7th. Cody Lamas with a solid performance in 8th. Jay Jefferson with a great run in 9th. And then Joshua Sekuli rounding out the top 10. Then there's your top 20. Then the rest of the lead lap cars, and then everyone else finished a lap or more down, with the bottom 5 this week being DJ Curtis, Chris Dollarton, Julia Katrine, Ryan Acosta, and Charles Sanford, who was actually the only car to go 2 laps down. So tough break for Charles Sanford as you're watching Matt McIntyre's burnout here at Oswego, kicking up a bunch of dirt dust. Like I said, next race, it'll be our first road course race as we head to Pensacola, and that's going to be a rather interesting road course event. But until then, here are your results, rookie points, regular points, and race awards going into Pensacola, and this is Levi McIntyre signing off.